Hey everyone, this is Becca. I'm Senior Product Designer on Threat Insights, and today I want to do a quick insights recap of the research that I just wrapped up. There was a part one that covered the AI findings, and then this is part two of two, which covers the solution validation and the design prototype that I created. So what we're looking at now is the current state of the vulnerability report, and the problems that we're solving are basically that there's limited functionality on here. So we only have we have status, severity, tool, and activity for our filters. We are adding more in here. We just added dismissal reasons, which is really exciting. So you can now filter by reason, and we're adding a lot more options into the activity filter. For example, only show me vulnerabilities that have an MR open, or that have AI functionality, if that's enabled, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of other things we can add to there. And so we want to add more filtering. There are identifier types, there are locations for some vulnerabilities, and we also want to provide grouping and saved views. So we'll get into that a little bit more, but this is the problem that we're solving: is how do we add more features but still make this vulnerability report scalable for the security analysts and the engineers who use it. So with that said, I just wanted to do a quick run through of the prototype and tasks that I gave to the 6 participants that I spoke with. So here's the design prototype we used. The first task was to add a filter by severity, with a severity of critical. So in order to do this successfully, they would have to click add filter, go down to severity, click critical, and then apply filter. And then from here, and you can see that these update, this is current implementation, these update accordingly, they reflect the filters. So now we're only seeing criticals. The second task was to add high severity, add a second filter with high severity. So for that, they had 2 options. They could click add filter, or they could just click on this pill and add it. Most people just wanted to click on this token or pill here, but both paths were successful and will be in implementation. So clicking on critical and then clicking on high, apply filter, and now you have both of them, and that's reflected there as well. It's sorted by critical, so you only see criticals at the top here. And then the third task was to group by status. I tried to avoid saying group by, so this didn't stand out too much, but that did cause some confusion because there's not a great way to say group by without using those words. So I tried to say if you wanted to arrange it in buckets or organized by status, but we'll get into those findings after this. So in order to do this successfully, they would group by status, and then you see that, and they can uncollapse these if they want to. There's pagination at the bottom, there's an item counter, and then I even got some feedback about bulk functionality there. And then from there, I asked them to create a saved view. If they wanted to save these filters in this grouping, how would they do that? And so the successful path for that is to go into this dropdown, create new view, you name the view, and then save view over here. There should be a toast notification that comes up. I guess that broke somewhere along the way, but there's that. So now I can see that my save view is named priority 1, and the last task was to delete that saved view. In order to do that, they would have to come in here, click on delete view, and again in the confirmation modal, and there would be another toast notification here. So this is what we were testing.